Okay, so you've got it. That brilliant business idea. The light bulb goes off, right? And for a second, everything feels possible. The potential is just endless. But then, pretty much right away, the questions start pouring in. And all that excitement kind of turns into, well, overwhelm. And first up is always the big one, pricing. Ugh, you know what you offer is valuable, but what's the magic number? You don't want to undercharge, obviously, but you're also terrified of scaring people away before you even get started. It just feels like a complete shot in the dark, doesn't it? Then, oh boy, the legal stuff hits you. Suddenly, you're drowning in this alphabet soup of acronyms. LLC, sole proprietorship, what do they even mean? You're just trying to figure out, do I need a whole separate company for this? It's super confusing, and it feels like making the wrong choice could be a huge mistake.
But let's be real, this is the big one, the ultimate fear. What if you pour all your time, your energy, your heart into this thing, and you launch, and it's just crickets? That fear of silence, it's what stops so many amazing ideas right in their tracks. And this quote just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? The gap between inspiration and execution. If you've ever felt totally stuck, you are not alone. This right here is the danger zone. It's where all that great momentum just dies. And it's not because you're not passionate. It's because that gap between the idea and the actual business feels like a canyon.
Look, the truth is, another pep talk isn't going to get you across that canyon. You don't need another motivational meme. What you need is a roadmap, a clear step-by-step plan that shows you how to get from point A, your idea, to point B, a business that's actually ready to go. No more guesswork.
And that, my friends, is exactly what this is all about. This is the Solopreneur Success Blueprint. And I want you to think of it less like some dense, boring textbook and more like a friend, an experienced friend who's handing you the exact roadmap you need. It's built for us, for the people out there building a business of one.
Okay, so let's dive into the first big hurdle this thing helps you jump over, the business plan. I know, for a lot of us, just hearing those two words is enough to make you want to run for the hills. But it really doesn't have to be like that.
What this guide does is totally reframe the whole idea. So I want you to just forget about those dusty 50-page binders that nobody ever reads. The Solopreneur plan is completely different. We're talking one single page. It's all about action. It's a living, breathing roadmap that grows with you, not some stone tablet.
And the key to this is a tool called the Solopreneur Business Canvas. The whole point is to get your entire strategy, everything from your big vision all the way down to how you'll make money onto one single cohesive page. It forces you to get crystal clear on what actually matters and just cut through all the noise.
So the canvas basically walks you through getting laser focused on the absolute essentials. Who exactly are you serving? What's the unique thing you're offering them? And super important, how are you going to get paid? It takes that fuzzy idea in your head and turns it into a real, concrete, actionable plan.
All right, let's talk about that other big, scary monster we mentioned at the beginning, pricing. How in the world do you put a number on your work that feels fair to you, that reflects your expertise, but doesn't make potential clients run screaming?
This is where the blueprint really pushes for a huge mindset shift. Listen to this. You're not just selling hours. You're not just selling a thing. You are selling your expertise, your years of experience, and, this is the key, the transformation you provide for your clients. That's where the real value is. And to help you actually do that, there are tools inside like this pricing strategy analysis. This is all about helping you stop guessing. Stop just pulling numbers out of thin air and start being strategic. It's a simple framework to help you see where you fit in the market and figure out which pricing model is going to work best for you.
So, for instance, it'll walk you through different strategies. You've got things like value-based pricing. That's where you tie your price directly to the amazing results your clients get. Or you've got something more straightforward like cost-plus pricing, where you figure out your costs and add your profit. The point is, it gives you a structured way to think about it, so you can find what feels right.
Okay, planning is one thing, but actually launching, that's a whole different ballgame. So next up, the guide gets into the nitty-gritty of launching, both the legal side of things and, just as important, the mental roadblocks we all face when it's time to go live.
In this slide is a perfect example of how it breaks down really complex stuff, like legal structures. Instead of pages of dense legal jargon, you get this, a simple, clear, side-by-side chart. You can see right away what the differences are, what the risks are. It helps you make a smart decision without having to, go to law school.
Now, to fight back against that fear of launching, we talk about the MVP, or minimum viable product. This concept is basically the ultimate cure for perfectionism. It's not about putting out something sloppy or incomplete, not at all. It's about launching the simplest possible version of your service that still delivers on that core promise of value. And the process is this really simple but powerful loop. First, you figure out your core value. Then, you build the smallest thing you can that delivers that value. Next, you get it in front of a few real people, your early adopters. You listen to what they have to say, you make it better, and then you do it all over again. It's so smart because it takes away so much of the risk and ensures you're building something people actually want.
And when you boil it all down, this is the message. This is the big mindset shift that ties everything in the blueprint together. A good plan isn't meant to keep you thinking forever. It's meant to give you the confidence to finally act, to stop living in the what-ifs and start building the what-is.
Because at the end of the day, a real business, one that's out there making a difference, isn't born from perfection. It's born from smart planning, followed by just taking that leap. It's about courageous action. And having a practical guide in your corner can be the very thing that gives you the courage to jump.
So if you feel like you're ready to cross that gap from great idea to real business, you can find the whole blueprint over at thesoloflower.com. And it's not just the guide either. You'll find community resources and some pretty cool AI tools to help you out. Because remember, working for yourself doesn't mean you have to figure it all out by yourself.